a long time. Hey? Been a long time. It's been busy. How we all doing? Good. Right, just up here on the gable thinking. A few conversations I've had this week and last week actually with foremen, business owners, you know, general brickies, asking for advice and stuff. So I thought I'd put a little bit together so we can talk. There she goes. First of all, hope you're all well and you're all getting on in life and everything. The Instagram's gone ridiculous, like I said before, it's taking over, so we're sort of concentrate on the Insta and then we're going to move back onto the YouTube eventually. So I just want to talk about contentment now. I spoke to a few bricklayers, like I said, subbies, foremans, who have been struggling lately with the stress, you know, thinking about jacking it all in, because running your own company has its ups and downs, you know, owed money, relationships with clients, the public, staff, key issue, staff letting them down. Spoke to one pal, he's had a 2-in-1 for 4 years, looked after them, gets a call on a Sunday evening, thanks for all your help, see you later, you know, kick in the teeth, because loyalty, but it happens, you know, it's bricklayers. This is what I was saying from my previous video, you've got to create the line, really emotional. They are your workers, okay? Although you've got to look after them and invest in your gang, you've still got to keep the line, okay? So never ever take for granted that they're going to stay with you for a long time, you know? Always price your jobs and source your jobs accordingly. Make sure you've got the manpower and staff, okay? Because let me tell you what happens here. The stress kicks in. Now, how I've got the advice to say this and experience, because I've been there. I've had 20 odd trials before, you know, at 22 I've been 715 card, gross payment, working for big contractors, Bellways, William Very, Langs, French Kia. Now, I'm not coming across, well, look at me, I'm just saying this is why I can comment, okay, give this advice. So, what generally happens is you feel beat, you're going home, you're worried, your daily hours are extended from 5 o'clock to 7. Because you're pricing of a night, you're running around, and listen, we're all human, it can get to you. You know, you just think, oh, sod this, you know, I might as well go work for someone, work on a day work rate, put tools in the bucket at R4 and go home, happy days. But let me tell you what happens with contentment when you want to be content. Contentment slips in. The dreams of a man die, they fade away. Contentment, you slip into an employee status. Now, as an employee, you work your half 7 to half 4. You know what money you're getting every week. You live to them pennies. Okay, you go out, you buy the estate car, the Mondeo, and you live an average life, and you're content with that, and your dreams fade away. You marry the first missus you meet, have children, and all of a sudden, at the age 35, 40, you think, you know, I've done the right thing, where's my life gone? Now, we're wired different, bricklayers. We're self-employed. We have resilience, drive and enthusiasm. Now, we've all been there, but you've got to keep going. Look, let's have it right. What I should do, you can't take all the cream. You're going to get the rough with it, and that's what you're paid the extra money for. And that's what's about. As hard as it is, you've got to accept the fact that you can't walk around giving it, oh yeah, look at me, I'm doing really well. Then the first downturn, oh no, I'm going to go work for someone. Okay? It's not about that. You know what it's about, running a business, you know? And keep that in your mind. Let your employees know when they go, oh, we're going to go off one, cool, we've laid 1,000 bricks a day, he must be getting £700 a thousand a day. Fucking get rid of them. If they want to question your prices and what you're paying, get rid of them. Rather work alone than put up with that shit. Because bricklayers who start doing that, they're like a cancer, a bad apple. Once they start in the gang, it spreads through the gang. And then people start to think, take it upon themselves that at 2 o'clock, oh, we've covered our money today, let's wind down. Bricklayers seem to forget the work what goes on behind the scenes, the insurances, the pricing, you know, waiting for money, funding the wages, funding materials, you know. So with an iron fist, clamp down and make sure you relay that throughout your game. And I think that's so important. Otherwise, listen, the world needs bricklayers on day work. We know that, okay? It's part and parcel of it. The world needs bricklayers on day work. But the world also needs leaders. Now, pressure is a privilege. Pressure is a privilege. People are waiting for you to make a move. People are waiting for you to make a decision. People are waiting for you to act. They're looking to follow. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, you are a leader. And that's what it's all about. Leading. And with that comes responsibility, like I said. Now, it's important to manage and gauge your responsibilities. Because if you don't, like I said, there's nothing worse than seeing a fine man, a working man, as a youngster, dreams of making it, dreams of having that 8-2, 10-4 game, you know? It's so important. And then to have that squash because you're a bit more financially honest, you know, it's part and parcel of the game, gentlemen. Now, what I'd say to you is, like I said, pressure is a privilege. Deal with it. You're a leader. That's what I should do. Convert. I should think, right, these guys are waiting for me to make a decision. These guys are waiting for me to move so they can follow. You know, get your contract sorted out, get your house in order. Expect a little bit of a downpour every now and then because it happens. But deal with it. Don't throw the towel in. It's part of a game. It's what makes you a man. You know? Deal with all the politics. Deal with this, deal with that. And reap the rewards. But just make sure you reward yourself. Now, when I mean it, I don't mean don't get a 6-2 game and go out and buy yourself a brand new truck, right? Because you buy yourself a brand new truck, it's all false. It's not real, is it? All of a sudden you've got an overhead. Whether you can and city, well, run it through your business, that's a load of nonsense. Get yourself a working truck, a working man's truck, and just keep your overheads down so the pressure's not great. You know, there's an old cliche, you know, I go by it. Yeah, look, work hard or starve. And that's what it's about. Then when you get there, work smart. So I just want to touch base on that and talk about contentment and what we do, ups and downs as bricklayers, you know. And this is not a knock towards day workers, not at all, you know. We have to have day workers. It's part and parcel of our trade. It gets the game going. But I'm not knocking you for what you're doing day work. What I'm saying to you is, you day work bricklayers, don't take the piss out of the subby. Because he's paying your wages. Have a little think. Think about what he does on and off the scene, you know? Think about the work he does to provide you work, to get your wages each week. And I think that's so important, if we can hit that. And a bit of respect each way. And quite rightly so, if you've got a subby who's not treating you well, then Jack, don't take the mickey out of him. I don't think that's right, you know, Jack. And that's what it's about. So, what you've got to remember, when someone says, oh, I work for him, he's a really good boss. A good boss is someone that you take the piss out of, really, isn't it? Let's have it right. A good boss is someone you take the piss out of. Lets you have an extra 10 minutes on your tea break, don't crack the whip, lets you go early. That's why he's a good boss. When you say I've got a bad foreman or a bad boss, it's because he don't take no crap off you. He makes you work your times. He makes you do your tea breaks on time. You know, he pays you That's why we like bosses and we don't like bosses. So when you cross the line, you've got to be prepared for that. So the moral of the story is, foremans, subbies, you're going to go through hard times. If you want to jack it in and go work for someone, then that's fine. But what I'm saying is the word contentment. When contempt sets in, you settle. So I'm number one experience on this, because what I should do is, in between jobs, say I finished a job early and there was 3 weeks gap before my next job started, I'd go fill in with mates. What a life. 7 to 4, having a bit of banter, no pressure, tools in the bucket, going home. Unbelievable. And I used to think, oh, do you know what? Is this all really worth it? And I used to think, oh. But after 3 weeks, that spark used to turn into a flame. And that flame used to turn into a roaring blaze. And I'd be like, I can't do this, I want to get back, I want to run the jobs, I want to set out, I want to make decisions, I want to lead, you know? So I'm giving you both sides of the arguments here. So what I'm saying is, when it's hard, don't fall back in contentment, you know? Have all your life dreams squashed, watching the pennies, you know? As a man, your desire gone. And, you know, it's a dangerous word, contentment, and a dangerous game. So listen, got a few videos coming up on that soon, so thanks for watching. Oh, one more thing, we're going to be hitting like a podcast sort of thing, because I've done a load of bricklaying videos, I've done a good variation of work. Now we're going to start talking about business in bricklaying, you know, and situations. So for example, forklift drivers, you know, subbies, employees, self-employed, etc. So stay tuned, and the boys are sorting out the microphone and all that, so I can sit down with the old microphone, and Moneypenny can bring the tea in. And we're going to go from there. So anyway, good, have a watch.